Alrighty, it is time for the final prediction video of the WWE main roster premium live events for the year. It is Survivor Series War Games 2023. First of all, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. And let's jump right into this. So we got 5 matches, 2 War Games matches, of course. And holy shit, this show like there are so many different things that are going to happen, so many different things that could happen, so many different expectations, and I think WWE is going to have a massive shakeup after tomorrow night show or tonight's show because while I am filming this after SmackDown on Friday, this video is going to go up sometime Saturday. So let's get into these matches. So I'm just going to start off with Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark for the Women's World Title. Rhea wins. Nothing against Zoe, but Rhea wins. It's Rhea against Zoe. Rhea's gonna win, bar none. Um, Now Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. This is interesting because back at Crown Jewel, Ray lost after Logan Paul used brass knuckles on him to win to get the U.S. title. Now the knuckles were not brought out by him. But Santos Escobar ended up leaving them behind while chasing after the guy that did bring him out. That's how Logan got them. Carlito called him out, and then Santos proceeded to turn heel. Now, the heel turn came largely because Rey Mysterio was actually wrestling with a torn meniscus, and it was getting worse, and he needed time off to get surgery. So they turned Santos heel, wrote Rey off, and then tonight uh, Carlito ends up getting attacked by Santos after they go at it. And so Dragon Lee gets put in this spot. So this is Dragon Lee's main roster premium live event debut. And I'm happy for him because he deserves it. Um I do think Santos is going to win. I don't think Dragon Lee's going to win this one just because Santos being the heel, he should win. But I'm expecting an absolute banger performance. And by the way, Santos being a heel again is fucking perfect. And if you don't know why, go watch his shit in NXT. And then we have Gunther versus The Miz for the IC title. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time versus one of the greatest, allegedly, Intercontinental Champions of all time. And you can obviously figure out who's who. Gunther's gonna win, but it's weird seeing Miz as a babyface again after him being a heel for so long. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But I have no doubt in my mind Gunther's going to retain. Um, so there you go. Then that leads to War Games matches. So we'll start off with the women's one. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch Damage Control. That being Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. First of all, I'm so glad Kairi's back. Asuka joining the group last week was insane. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bayley's getting kicked out soon. This is gonna be we're gonna see Bayley get kicked out, almost like how Edge got kicked out of Judgment Day, kind of, sort of. The question is how do you do it? Because on the other side, you have Becky and Charlotte who are not quite on the same page, and if you remember back in 2021, they had some IRL beef, and that beef might still persist. I don't know if they're truly friends or not anymore. So it's gonna take everything to keep that team together. While at the same time, and Damage Control can take advantage of that. But so Damage Control won tonight, and the Vince McMahon trope is that if somebody wins the night before the pay per view or premium live event, usually they lose the next that on that show. However, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say Damage Control wins, but something similar to when Randy Orton got kicked out of Evolution after he won the world title years ago. Bailey's going to get kicked out of Damage Control. And I think what it's going to get revealed is it's going to get revealed. It's not Io's the one. Io's not the one that's sort of running this. It's Dakota. Because Dakota's been being the manager for the group, since she came back when Io won the title back at SummerSlam, off of her cash in, and Dakota's still injured, so having her be the manager has been a great move. And I think in the end, it's sort of a plot thing where Bailey's gonna get kicked out. We can kind of see this coming. It's just a question of when and how you do it. I do think Damage Control should win. And I think they will, largely because of the Becky Charlotte thing. But Bailey's gonna get kicked out, and it could happen tomorrow night or tonight, depending on when you see this video. So then you go to the men's side: Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and a returning Randy Orton, finally, against the Judgment Day of Priest, Balor, Dom, JD, and Drew McIntyre. Although Drew McIntyre is not in Judgment Day, he just said he wanted Jay in a cage. So there you go. This is going to be interesting as well. First and foremost, holy shit, Randy Orton's finally coming back. But now the question is, does the RKO get retired? Because the whole reason why he's been on the shelf, the whole reason why he's had surgery is because of his back, and the RKO is his signature move, but you land on your back when you do it. So can he continue to do the move or not? That's my biggest question. Aside from that, um, this should be a wild match. It's interesting because you have the Cody Seth dynamic from their feud when Cody came back. You have if you saw the Jay's face when Cody was making all the Randy references on Raw this week, Jay knows Randy is not going to forgive him that easily because Jay was part of the reason why Randy was put on the shelf in the first place for kayfabe reasons. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jay gets punished in some way by Randy, but I think they'll work it out for the most part. And I think on the other side of it, because you have JD McDonough involved in this match, I truly do believe there's a chance that we might finally get the fracture that causes Judgment Day to split. Because you've now officially added JD to the group. And Damian still has that Money in the Bank briefcase. You have to wonder, does it happen here? Because here's the thing. Seth Rollins isn't defending the title tomorrow night. Or tonight, rather. He's in this match. So it's not like so you don't have the option to cash in right then and there. But so I would say Damian. I feel like what could happen is Damian might Damian could cash into the Rumble, honestly, when you think about it. But because I don't see them doing it at Mania, because the fact that there's no way in hell, but I don't think you can recreate the Seth Rollins cash in at Mania with Damian. People would see that for what it is and just not like it. But I think that cash in could come soon, and I think the fracture within Judgment Day should be happening pretty soon. Um, even even with Damian holding the undisputed titles, and that's the thing too, is that if Damian leaves Judgment Day, then you're vacating the tag titles, and then that ends up finally splitting them up. I know it sounds convoluted as all hell, but I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. And I also want to mention real quick as well, back with the women's one, Bailey made a post on Instagram. It's a picture of her, Kyrie, Asuka, and Sasha Banks back in 2020 when Bailey was champion. Sasha was champion. I think Bailey and Sasha were holding. One was holding the Raw belt. One was holding the SmackDown belt. Or no, Oscar may have been holding the Raw belt. Bailey was holding the SmackDown one, and then the tag titles were in there as well. That's a hell of a tease, and that comes on the heels of everybody thinking that CM Punk's going to show. We're not everybody's thinking that because a lot of people are saying no, he's not, and quite frankly, I don't think he should. But holy shit, this show is going to be wild. It's going to be insane, and I can't wait. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.